Hey guys, so it's a little after 10 o'clock and I've had a pretty long day. Pretty much, I was up at the elementary school not far from my house and my friend wanted me to hang out and my boyfriend was over. So, we all ended up there and it was me, my boyfriend, Shelby, her ex-boyfriend, and 4 or 3 of his friends. And we were all up there at the elementary school, and there was a little, baseball thing going on with a bunch of little kids. They were maybe 4 or 5. They were playing t-ball. And apparently their older brothers were out in the football field playing football. And these kids are only 9 or 10. So, Christopher and his friends, we were all just chilling, swinging on the swings and stuff, and the little boys were playing their football, and his friends started yelling insults at the little boys, saying that they sucked and all this other stuff. Well, shortly after that, Christopher's friends were all doing their own thing on the playground, and the little boys switched over to go play basketball on the basketball courts. Well, Christopher and his friends found a ball and they played on the court next to the little boys. And there goes the insult throwing again. They started saying how much the little kids sucked and that one was out of bounds and all this other crap. And everyone was just throwing insults back at each other. The little boys were saying stuff and Christopher and his friends were saying stuff. And it was getting pretty ridiculous. Well, a short time after that, Christopher asked the boys if they could play. If Christopher and his friends could play basketball with him. So, of course, the boys are like, yeah, whatever. So, they start playing together. And then one of Christopher's friends, who's really big, 16, he's kind of big and scary looking. One of the little boys calls him a faggot. And so this kid grabs onto the little boy's shirt right here, shakes him, and yells, "Do you want to get your ass beat?" The kid says no, and Christopher's friend says, "Good, so shut the fuck up," and shoves the kid to the ground. Who in their right mind would throw a kid to the ground and yell cuss words at them? Especially if you are a 16-year-old and you're almost 17, high school, sophomore, junior, whatever the fuck you are. You should never push a little kid to the ground. You shouldn't yell cuss words at a little kid. I mean, really, what if it was you getting pushed around like that by some older kid? It hurts your feelings. It makes you upset. So shortly after that, the coach, who was coaching the little boy's brother, comes over and talks to Christopher's friend. And, of course, Christopher's friend was like, oh, whatever, like it wasn't even a big deal. And then the little boy's father comes back, holding a baseball bat, and walks over to our group. And he's threatening the group, saying that if they went to if they were in the Fort District, which they weren't, that he would be having them get in trouble really bad. Probably involving the cops and whatnot. So, Christopher's friends start yelling at this dad, and the dad's cussing them out, and everyone's just being so immature about the whole deal. It was ridiculous. I don't know what the hell's up with kids these days, honestly. I was never raised to yell at people. I wasn't raised to hold a baseball bat up to little kids and threaten them because they yelled at my kid. I mean, I understand where that dad is getting at, because I'd be pissed too if some older kid shoved my kid around. I would be pretty pissed. But just nobody had the right to do what they did. Christopher's friends shouldn't have even touched the little kid. They shouldn't have been saying anything to the little kids. The little kids were even saying, "Let us play our game." And Christopher and his friends wouldn't leave them alone, which I thought was pretty freaking retarded. I don't know. People just kind of piss me off these days. It's like nobody can mind their own business. Nobody can stay out of each other's business. Ugh. I don't know. When I have my kids, I'm going to raise them to be right, to respect other people, and to not push people around and act like they're bigger and better. My kids are going to be... What's the right word for this? I don't know. Self-controlled. But yeah, I'm just kind of sick of people in society these days. So many fucked up people. Fucked up world, fucked up people. And everyone needs to grow up.